Have you ever pondered upon the effects of that seemingly innocent sprinkle of salt on your meals? This query may seem straightforward, but it unravels a complex tapestry of answers and sparks innumerable debates. Indeed, it leads us to embark on a riveting journey of discovery, diving headfirst into the fascinating world of salt and its profound impact on human health. Salt, the common name for sodium chloride, is much more than a simple seasoning that we sprinkle on our dishes for extra flavor. It is an indispensable component of our body's intricate chemistry, playing a critical role in maintaining hydration levels and facilitating nerve function. Salt helps to strike a delicate balance in our body's fluid levels, aids in the transmission of nerve impulses, and is absolutely essential for muscle contraction. However, like everything else in life, it's all about moderation. An excess intake of salt can disrupt the body's equilibrium, leading to hypertension and amplifying the risk of heart disorders and strokes. Conversely, consuming too little salt can also set off complications, resulting in a condition known as hyponatremia. Hyponatremia is a medical term for low sodium levels in the blood, which can trigger a spectrum of symptoms, ranging from mild discomfort to potentially life-threatening situations. But let's not plunge into despair just yet. It's essential to remember that our bodies are precisely calibrated machines, fully capable of managing the intricate balance of salt levels in our system. The pertinent question then becomes, how do we find that perfect balance? The answer is a subject of intense debate. Some people advocate for a low-salt diet, citing several health benefits. Others champion the positive impacts of salt, especially specific varieties like the Himalayan pink salt or sea salt. According to this school of thought, these salts are rich in essential minerals and can be healthier than regular table salt. So, what's the actual truth? Is salt villainous substance that we should avoid, or is it a misunderstood hero, a crucial part of our diet? What about these so-called healthy salts? Are they genuinely beneficial for our health? The questions are many, the answers complex, and the implications profound. But don't fret, we're going to untangle this puzzle together. We'll delve into the science behind it, debunk the myths, and explore possible solutions to help navigate this salty conundrum. Now that we've set the stage, are you ready to unravel the salty mysteries of your diet? How can something so essential turn potentially harmful? We're discussing salt today. Essential to our dietary needs, it performs several roles in our bodies: nerve function, muscle contraction, and fluid balance, to name a few. However, like anything beneficial, overconsumption may result in adverse effects. Immoderate salt intake can cause hypernatremia, a condition where your body's sodium levels skyrocket. This scenario prompts your body to retain water, leading to fluid retention. This excess fluid adds undue pressure to your blood vessels and heart. Over an extended period, this pressure may culminate in high blood pressure and heart disease. On the contrary, consuming minimal salt carries its own set of risks. When our bodies lack sufficient salt, we might develop hyponatremia, a condition characterized by abnormally low sodium levels. The symptoms can range from mild discomfort to dire complications like seizures, comas, and in extreme cases, even death. This situation presents a paradox. Salt, on the one hand, is indispensable to our body's proper functioning. On the other hand, excessive or insufficient intake can give rise to severe health issues. So, how do we navigate this salt enigma? The answer is balance. It's about ensuring our bodies receive the requisite amount of salt without exceeding the limit. It's knowing when to stop. It's about understanding that while salt enhances our food's flavor, it should not overshadow a nutritious, balanced diet's significance. So, while salt isn't a villain per se, unchecked consumption can transform it into one. It's vital to monitor our salt intake to maintain equilibrium, acknowledging that while it's a dietary requirement, moderation is key to prevent it from becoming a potential health hazard. Balance, as in numerous life aspects, is the key. So it's clear that salt isn't a villain, but an uncontrolled intake could turn it into one. Are all salts created equal? Is sea salt healthier than table salt? Let's delve into this question and dispel some prevalent salt misconceptions. Many individuals tend to believe that sea salt is a superior health choice compared to table salt, attributing this to its natural extraction method and the presence of trace minerals. But let's shed some light on this assumption. Indeed, sea salt undergoes less processing, preserving trace minerals such as potassium, magnesium, and calcium. However, these minerals constitute only a minimal part of the overall salt content. The reality is that both sea salt and table salt contain the same fundamental nutritional value, with the primary component being sodium chloride. You'd be contemplating, what about pink Himalayan salt? Surely that's healthier, isn't it? Despite its appealing pink shade and exotic roots, it's still just salt. It does boast a slightly higher trace mineral content compared to table salt, but these minerals, once again, contribute to an insignificant portion of the total content and have a negligible impact on your health. The notable differences between these salts do not lie in their alleged health benefits, but rather in their taste, texture, and processing methods. Sea salt, with its coarser texture and robust flavor, owes these characteristics to its trace minerals. Table salt, on the other hand, is more finely ground and often includes additives to deter clumping. Next up is Himalayan salt, which is sourced from ancient sea salt deposits. Its distinctive color is a result of its mineral content. And let's not overlook kosher salt, which is less dense and has a flakier texture compared to other salts. It's a favorite among many chefs due to its ease of handling and dissolving properties. So the real matter isn't about which salt is healthier, but rather about which one complements your taste preference and cooking style. But here's something crucial to consider. Although these varied types of salts can infuse a dash of diversity and flavor into your meals, they all have the same sodium content per gram. An excessive intake of sodium can provoke high blood pressure and other health issues. Remember, regardless of the type, moderation is the principle when it comes to salt. How much is too much when it comes to salt? That's a question that's been stirring the pot in the world of nutrition for quite some time now. The recommended daily intake of salt for an average adult is no more than 1 teaspoon. That's around 5 grams. Doesn't sound like much, does it? But here's the kicker, most of us consume much more than that. A large chunk of this excessive intake comes from processed foods and meals we eat out. That's right, your favorite fast food burger, that packet of chips you munch on during your favorite movie, even that seemingly innocent can of soup, they're all loaded with salt. You may think, well, I don't add any extra salt to my food, so I should be fine. But it's not just about the salt shaker on your dining table. About 75% of the salt we consume is already present in the foods we buy. It's hidden, it's sneaky, and it's contributing to our overconsumption. So how can we combat this? Here are a few tips. First, try to limit your intake of processed foods. Opt for fresh fruits, vegetables, and lean meats instead. Second, when you do eat out, don't be shy about asking for your meal to be prepared with less salt. Most places are more than willing to accommodate such requests. And third, get into the habit of reading food labels. They can be a great source of information. Look for products labeled low sodium or no added salt. But remember, low sodium doesn't mean no sodium. So keep an eye on those numbers. Finally, don't be afraid to experiment with other seasonings. Herbs, spices, vinegar, and citrus can all add flavor to your meals without the need for extra salt. Remember, it's not just about cutting down, but also about being aware of hidden salt in your diet. So take control, be mindful, and let's sprinkle just the right amount of salt on our food, because when it comes to our health, every sprinkle counts. Can we enjoy the flavors without overloading on salt? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Let's start by saying yes, absolutely we can. How? By exploring healthier alternatives to salt. Now, I'm not suggesting you ditch salt entirely. After all, it's essential to our bodies, but swapping out some of it for herbs and spices can make a world of difference. Herbs like rosemary, basil, and thyme, or spices like cumin, turmeric, and paprika not only add rich, complex flavors to your dishes, but they also come with their own set of health benefits. But let's not stop at just cooking. When shopping for groceries, it's crucial to read food labels. You'd be surprised how much salt is hidden in packaged foods. It's not just in chips and pretzels, but also in seemingly healthy foods like bread, cereals, and even salad dressings. So the next time you're at the grocery store, take a moment to read those labels. Look for lower sodium options or even no salt added versions of your favorite products. And speaking of cooking, one of the best ways to control your salt intake is to cook at home more often. This allows you to have full control over what goes into your food. Not to mention, it's also a great opportunity to experiment with those herbs and spices we just talked about. Plus, cooking at home can be a fun and rewarding experience. It's like being the master of your own culinary kingdom. So there you have it. Reducing your salt intake doesn't mean you have to compromise on taste. It's about making smarter choices, being aware of what's in your food, and adding a sprinkle of creativity in your kitchen. So the next time you reach for that salt shaker, remember, a little awareness and moderation can go a long way in maintaining your health.